Hey guys, we're live on the moon, and it's Wednesday evening, 11:30, 2011, and right now it's 17:27. That's 5:27 for those of you that didn't serve in the military or whatever. uh, I want to show you something real interesting. Number one, I'm out here real early tonight because I wanted to kind of give you a little lesson in astronomy. The sun is brightly shining. I mean, brightly shining. It's only going to set in about a half an hour or so. I'm going to record a little segment at the beginning of this video, and then I will pause it and we'll pick it up on the back end. Uh, First of all, you can see a lot of atmospherics on the left side, and you can see a lot of coloration. Uh, right now I'm centered on the moon, and I'm testing a new lens that I got. It's a very high quality Teleview 19mm lens. Probably one of the most expensive lenses that Mike has in his repertoire, which he so generously lends to me whenever I want to borrow something. I'm going to back out of this thing to give you an idea. First of all, let me see if I can focus it a little bit better. That's good enough for what I'm going to show you. I don't have a Barlow in. This is just a regular lens, but I want to show you the moon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 clicks, actually 16 clicks of zoom, full range zoom with this lens, and an incredible feat. I had some spots on the lens, and we found out that it was not on the lens. It was dust, and anyhow, I wanted to show you this moon is about as good as I can show you in one setting. And also I wanted to show you, see the coloration on the right, and then on the bottom. If you were taking this with coloration all the way off, see, it would look like a normal moon. See, I turned the color intensity down, and as you increase the color intensity, I know it appears dark in the background. That's because it's kind of getting dusk. It's not blue because it's kind of dusk now. It's still not dark, but as I turn the color intensity up, see how it on this camera, this Logitech is so sensitive to color that about on the midpoint I get the color. And see that glow around the center? That's kind of like because it's not quite fully dark yet, that's a coloration. And there's probably a very technical optical explanation, but let me now right now zoom in again to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll turn autofocus on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 clicks of zoom, guys. Isn't that incredible on this lens? Absolutely incredible. I'm going to pause this for right now, and I may put in a Barlow. I'm not sure. I'll decide. But I'm going to give the moon a chance to go full dark. In other words, for the sun to set, and then maybe we can look closer at this particular Mar. See that C, and see how the light is now. It's not a full moon. It's still a quarter moon. And I told you how these C's, if you look at them under a full moon, you can see below the surface. Well, here you can't see completely below the surface, but you can start to see below the surface. See how it appears like it's not really quite sand, but it does appear flat, and you can see below. Well, on a full moon, it would be clear, and you could actually see deeper. And I'm interested in these Mars and studying them, and that's something we're going to do tonight. So hang with me. In about an hour, I'll probably pick this up on the backside, and we'll see what we can see with a Barlow, a 2.5 Barlow. But I wanted to get you in the picture right there at sunset, so you can see how it kind of gives you a bluish tinge as the sun's going down. And I wanted to show you the remarkable ranging of this new lens, which is absolutely incredible. Okay, we're going to look at this Mar a little bit later, in about an hour, when the sun is completely down and it's dark in the sky. It should be brighter. We should have a clearer image. Hang with me, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. Well, it's not an hour later. I thought I'd show you some unusual colors that I've run across. The sun is setting. It's probably in full sunset now, and this is this lens here that I have is first of all, the 19 millimeter is a Teleview Panoptic 19 millimeter, Panoptic. The Barlow is on the lens, and I wanted to kind of show you how wonderful this lens marries with this Barlow, and they're both made by Teleview. The Panoptic lens is a very high quality lens, and let's do this right now. Let's just zoom in, and I have everything on auto. The matter of fact, let me get my let me zoom in. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. And let me see if I can get it focused. I'm going to try to manually focus it first. And let me turn the autofocus on now. Turn the brightness up a little bit. That's not a bad picture for a 2.5 Barlow on a 19mm full zoom, everything all the way, looking at that same Mar that we were looking at a little bit ago. And you can see the coloration. And I think in this particular image, what's interesting is you're looking at the Mar and it does look flat, but you can somehow see also below the surface. Remember, I told you I was interested in looking at these Mars, and how in particular when you look at them in a full bright moon, on a full moon, you can actually kind of see below the surface. Well, here you can see, you can't see below the surface, but you can see, you sort of can. Now let's look at something I just noticed. There's a line on that Mar. We're going to, by the way, still do that full survey of the moon with this lens combination, but we're going to wait until it gets a little bit darker because it's still in sunset. But I saw those colors and I wanted to see that line centered. Wonder what in the hell that is. Anyhow, I'm going to back out now to show you the full range of zoom on this wonderful lens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I had to turn the autofocus off. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And see, on 15 you get the on the corners you get that little, so you go in one more click and then you get rid of those. This is absolutely a very, very clear lens. It's a stunning combination. The Barlow works fabulous with this thing. I'm going to put it on pause and we're going to give the moon a chance to get a little a little less sunlight. It will make it brighter and it should be clear. And then we'll pick this up in a little bit after I give the moon a little chance to settle down, and hopefully the image will look better. I have been exploring this new camera. By the way, my name is Bill Bryson. I live in Richmond, Texas. I'm not an astronomer. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a guy interested in looking at the moon, and we're looking at it every night, as often as I can. I don't get out every night, but I get out most nights. And most nights that are clear, you'll see me posting a high definition 1080p video of the moon for your enjoyment. That shadow line moves every single night of every single day of every single year, and is never in the same place over. If you wanted it to be in the same spot that it is right now at the same angle, you'd have to wait 18 years. So every time I go up to the moon, it's a different moon because it's enunciating different things and you're seeing different things. And I try to make my moon videos educational, and that if you are in astronomy, if you're interested in this stuff, you can learn something. And I'm a full disclosure kind of guy, and I'm telling you my equipment and telling you what I'm doing and how I do it. So if you want to replicate it, go out and buy the equipment and do it. Anybody can do it. Okay, let's put this on pause. That's a stunning picture right there. Absolutely stunning. And we'll give the moon a chance to get a little brighter. When the sun goes down, the stars come out and the moon gets brighter. Hang with me, guys. Okay, guys, we're back. The sun is still setting, but old Bill, he gets excited sometimes. He's just got to turn this thing on to record it. I put in the 5 times Barlow with the 19 millimeter Panoptic lens. And believe it or not, I think because the moon is so high, I'm getting a pretty good image. I have autofocus on, and everything is auto. The right light is off, and you'll see it jumping in and out of focus, but you can see it. What struck me and why I turned this thing on is, see that square? This lens marries well with the Panoptic lens, a 19 millimeter. I don't have the range of zoom. See, if I'm right now at the midpoint in the zoom, and if I zoom in, and let me try to get that square in the picture, in the image. I'm so close right now. It's okay. And let me zoom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's hard to tell what it is. I was going to say it looks like a building compound or it just, what struck me though, it's square. I just don't know what it is, and it's an unusual shape, and old Bill's looking for unusual shapes. Let me show you the range of this lens. This is a 5 times PowerMate Teleview Barlow. It marries up well with the other lens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Let me get back into the picture. Going the wrong way, guys. I'm pushing the button. It's just slow. There it goes. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, see the corners? See the on the right side? So my range of zoom is about from there on, about the midpoint. Let's do this. This is a whenever you can look at the moon this close, you see magical things. So let's just kind of we're right midpoint on the zoom, and let's just go down the shadow line and see if we can see anything. And let me try to, because it's so close, every small movement is, let me brighten it up a little bit. See, that's pretty close. You can see that right there in the middle of that crater. That looks like a hornet nest crater. There's a big pile of rocks. Let's just go down the shadow line and see what we can see. Matter of fact, let's continue down. Look at that. Look at that thing right there that's centered. It looks like a statue, like a Sphinx with its head. I know that's not what it is, but it looks. You can see clearly see. Let me center it. Let's concentrate on that. That's an interesting. And you'll see the focus. It's getting in and out of focus. That's fine. I don't have any problem with that. See that thing? It's got like it looks like a wrench, and it's right at the 6 o'clock position right now. and it's going out of the picture. I'm going to bring it back into the picture. I'm going to zoom in. See, I got to push the right way. Zoom in all the way. That's as close as I can get. What's interesting, you can see it looks like a panther lying on its with its front feet right below, and then with the head sticking out, and you can see the shadow. See, the shadow distinctly shows you that unusual shape as well. So it looks like a statue of a panther, or I mean, I don't know what it is, but it looks kind of weird to me. It's not like a mountain that we would see on Earth. It looks kind of a how would you weather that, guys? It looks like it's a alien-made artifact on the moon. Okay, I'm still sitting with the autofocus on. It's very rare. I tried to use this Barlow 5 times, many times, but I never have been able to do it. It could be that the moon is so high in the sky right now that it. Let me explain something. In the way the moon works, at the first of the month when the moon comes out. Okay, we're getting down to the bottom of the moon. See, there's the bottom. And let's go right. And let's go in a little bit and back up. Okay, with this 5 times Barlow still on. Okay, I'm in a little now, and I'll go up. And we're just looking for anything that we can see. And autofocus is still on. If it appears fuzzy, guys, this is a 5 times Barlow on a 19mm lens. We're real close, up close and personal on the moon. Now there's something. See that thing right at the bottom? It looks kind of like a snake. We're going to camp on this for a minute because it looks really strange, guys. And I'm after strangeness. Take a look at that crater up above center. At the very base of that, it looks like a little snake with its curled up and with its head pointing out. Then go across the crevice. See the area of the crater, and then it looks like that was a bridge and it fell in. And see, there's a tunnel or something on the other side. See what I'm looking at? It looks like that snake at one end of the snake. It was connected at one time to the opposite side, but it cracked and fell into the crater. Let's zoom into that and see what we can see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, that looks like a snake. It looks like it's a snake. And opposite, on the opposite side of that crater, it looks to be like there's a gap, and then looks to me like a tunnel or something. That, by the way, to me looks to me like that's alien made. That snake is not a natural kind of a thing. It looks to me like it's see that curly Q thing? That doesn't look normal. Every time I've gone, it's centered right now. It looks like a snake kind of on the ground and coiled and going. It's back out again. Look at it one more time. Yeah, that's what it is. By the way, this zoom is on the camera. It's an optical zoom made by Carl Zeiss. It's not a software zoom, guys. Let's continue up the go in a little bit. Let's continue up. Since this 5 times Barlow is working, we're gonna work the moon. Video is going to be a little longer than normal because it's very rare that I get to see the moon with the 5 a 5 times Barlow on a high moon. It's high in the sky. That means there's less atmospherics. I was trying to explain that to you before. The moon, isn't that a remarkable picture? We're really close to the moon. Now see that pile of rocks in that one crater on the left at the 10 o'clock position? Now see how the moon is settling down? You can start seeing some of the details. I'm going to let it creep up. See the details in the sand? We're recording this in 1080p, and we're getting as close as we've ever gotten with this telescope at 1080p. Now this area right here is that same area that we were at before when I started out. And if you see on the bottom, I'll bring it into the frame again. When I tell it to go the opposite way, there is a delay because of just the way the telescope works. See that square? Now you know where we are. We're going to go to the right of that. I cleaned all my Teleview lenses, and that's why it appears that I got rid of some of those aberrations I had before. Okay, we're going to continue this survey because it's 5mm Barlow. We saw a snake bridge, whatever it was, and I think all things considered, we're doing remarkable well on the quality of this image. That's an interesting crater, the way the matter of fact, let's look at that large crater at the 6 o'clock position. I'll try to bring it into there's something up there on the top. We'll look at that in a minute. Let's zoom in on this. See the edges? That looks kind of strange, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what that is, guys? That's a pipe organ crater. What I call pipe organ crater. See how it looks like a bunch of pipes sticking out on the edge? Isn't that interesting? A pipe organ crater on the moon. Okay. Now let's go up. I'll let it creep up and get a guzzle of coffee. Black Tiger coffee, guys, the best coffee in the world. Now, let's zoom in on that thing right there in the center. Right below that hornet nest crater. Autofocus is still working. I know it looks fuzzy, but it goes in and out of focus. It is working. Okay, that probably is just a pile of rocks. I'm going to back out a little bit again, put it half zoom. There's something up here. Okay. And let's let it creep up a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna take that lens in. I'm gonna do this with just the 19, and we're gonna finish this survey up. Good session. We saw a snake bridge. We saw a square building. Whatever it is, it was a square. Hang with me. The 19 by itself is going back in, and we're going to finish this up. Okay, guys, I put the 19 back in, and I wanted to show you what we were looking at. That snake bridge that I mentioned, it's pretty much centered. If you look, you can see the hole on the right of that crater with a kind of a thing coming out. That was where the bridge kind of fell, and then if you look across that, you can see the snake thing. And on the Barlow, the 5 times Barlow, we were in there very up close and personal. It was a little fuzzy, but you could clearly see the snake. Let me back out on this so you can see where we are on the moon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and let me turn the brightness down. 13, 14, 15. Okay, that kind of shows you how where it is. So if you're interested in looking for the snake bridge, and you know where the ferret is, let me go over here so you can see where the ferret is. See the ferret coming in at 3 o'clock, and the snake bridge is pretty much going off screen at the 7 o'clock position. Okay, very good session, and I'm still within my time frame. I hope you enjoyed this. I really do like to bring you exciting things on the moon, and tonight that snake bridge, boy, that's a strange thing, guys. Don't know what it is. Makes you think. I'll have to cogitate on that one tonight. Anyhow, have a great weekend. In the meantime, I wish you and yours clear skies, guys.